Greetings, I'm Professor K, and in this short video presentation we're going to see how we go about creating an internal MX record up inside of our DNS console so that incoming mail can locate the Microsoft Exchange server. So now if we go ahead and we expand our forward lookup zone up inside of our DNS management console, you'll see that I have a couple of different zones here, but I don't have the zone that actually identifies the business. So let's go ahead and create one called cyberoffense.com. So let's right click on our forward lookup zone. Let's go to new zone. And we're going to begin by starting this new zone wizard. And let's just click next. We're going to create a primary zone, and we can store this one up inside of Active Directory if we so choose. Let's go ahead and click next. And all this information is going to remain as the default. And now we're going to give it a name. And this is going to be the name of our actual company. So the company name that users inside of CyberOffense used to receive their email is cyberoffense.com. So let's go ahead and click next, accept the default, say next, and click finish. So now that we have the correct forward lookup zone for our mail, when it arrives from the outside and it comes into our domain, it needs to be able to find the address for the mail server. So that's why we created this particular zone. So before we can create that MX record, we need to have a host record that points over to our Exchange server. So let's right click on the name of our default domain for receiving mail, and let's select from the context menu new host record. From here you just type in the name of that Exchange server, and we call ours mail, but you can call it anything you want, such as Exchange, MX, mail, whatever you might want to call your Exchange server. And next we type in the IP address. A pointer record is not necessary, so we can uncheck that box and we can just click on Add Host. And now we can say Done. So now if we look inside of our zone here, you'll see that we have a host record that points over to our Exchange server. So now we can go back over here or inside of the right window pane, right click, and from the context menu we can select New Mail Exchange. It'll leave this part at the top blank. Let's browse on over to our new forward lookup zone, and we're going to find that host record that we created, and we're going to double click. You can go ahead and say OK to that. Now this is not something we would normally do internally. Normally this Exchange record would be created on who's ever hosting our DNS servers, Network Solutions, GoDaddy.com. And then we would go up there and we would point cyberoffense.com to the external IP address of our firewall. And we would say that if you want to get to my MX server or my Exchange server and you're sending me mail via cyberoffense.com, well, you can do so by using this external IP address, and then that information hits the external interface of your firewall or your router, where you have an access list that defines POP3 and SMTP mail as going to a specific IP address on your network when it comes internal, and that would be this IP address right here. So this is not something we would normally have to do internally. This is something that we would do externally, that is to say, creating an MX record so that our users can have their mail sent to our internal Exchange server. And that concludes this short video presentation on how we go about creating an MX record internally for our Microsoft Exchange server. So if you have any questions or you have any concerns about any of the information that was presented to you in this short video presentation, please don't hesitate to reach out and contact your instructor, and I'll see you in my next video.